Hello Zods! Today we have another new article from Poker Beach. It's about the most valuable cards from the Glory of Team Rocket. Mewtwo, almost $400. Remember, the Glory of Team Rocket released on the 18th of April, so that's 6 days since release. And these are the current prices. He's gathered the average prices from online stores to give an idea of the initial cards, and as expected, Mewtwo EX is the most expensive card, but from my view it is not looking good. Okay, so right now Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX is $380, which is 56,800 yen. And the second one is the Moltres, which is a bit surprising. Well, just slightly surprising because I'm not really a fan of the artwork, but at least it's half the price of Mewtwo. It's not a great card. And then we have Crobat. That's interesting. I would expect the Nidoking to be a bit higher than the Crobat, but they're not too far apart. Crobat SRR to $92, Nidoking EX $79.06. So we've got the 4 SRRs at the top, and then I think there's Nidoking EX. Okay, that's the lowest, $79, and then we have Mewtwo EX Gold. Okay, yeah, that card doesn't look too bad, $54.81. Giovanni SRR, I was expecting this to be lower because it's really not a great card. SRR with the other Team Rocket members, but art style that just doesn't work. $50 for that one. Team Rocket's Oriana, that's the other trainer SRR, $36. Okay, so we have the 6 SRRs sort of in the top spot, which is generally what you would see, but the gold Mewtwo is there above some SRRs. Then we have the full art Mewtwo EX. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, it's higher than the Crobat Gold. Okay, full art Mewtwo is $26, so it's almost as close to Oriana's SRR. Then we have Team Rocket's Meowth. Okay, yeah, I mentioned I actually like that card. It's actually this one. Looks very nice and cute. Simplistic, but I think it's a good card. This is one of my choices. Probably one of the best IRs. Well, not really amazing art, but it's the top IR in the Glory of Team Rocket set. If we were to look at the other half of Destined Rivals, which is Heatwave Arena, then I think Ethan's Typhlosion is better than this one. Okay, then we have Crobat EX Gold. Okay, the other gold card, $19. Yeah, it wasn't great. Oh, okay, where I mentioned that already. Jamming Tower Gold. Okay, so another gold card, $18. Team Rocket's Giovanni. Okay, that's the full art. Interesting, $15. Moltres EX. Full art. Okay, $11. Proton full art, $9. Blaziken, $9. Okay. So it's not looking good in the sense that generally when prices are released, not prices, when cards are released in the first week of the set, the prices can be very volatile. So if this is the starting price, being at $380, as more and more of these cards are pulled, these cards would just drop a lot. So starting at $380 is not really great. I think this will fall further down, probably below 300 towards 200 as more and more supply comes through. Okay, and then yes, predicted, yes, Mewtwo taking the top spot. Twice as expensive as Cynthia's Garchomp, though still in line with Lily's Clefairy EX from Battle Partners. Interesting, but Cynthia's Garchomp EX from Heatwave Arena has been around for some time already. So there has been that stability where more and more supply is coming out, but it's, the rate of more supply coming out is slowing down. So that's why it's going down a bit. I think the same thing will happen to Mewtwo EX. As more of these cards are pulled, the price will slowly come down. Okay, maybe closer to the 200 mark. If I look over here, Lily's Clefairy EX stopped at 253. And it's just Battle Partners, just Battle Partners itself. So it's a smaller set, 253. Okay. So this card may actually tend towards Lily's card. I think from an art perspective, it is better, and from a theme perspective, I mean, it's Giovanni and Mewtwo. Definitely better than Lily's Clefairy, so at least Battle Partners has been out for some time, and if the floor is around that 250, I think chances of this card going down below 250 is quite low, so it will probably be in the high 200s. Give it a few weeks, probably still stay in the high 200s. That's my expectation. Okay, yes, expected. Meowth's illustration rare is the most expensive. Yep, out of all the IRs in the Glory of Team Rocket, which were all quite mid, I think Mewtwo's Meowth, Giovanni's Meowth stands out. $18. Okay, it's fine. It's even better than some full arts and even better than a gold card. Makes sense. Blaziken, yeah, I don't know. I thought the Houndoom was better than a Blaziken. What Buffett? Exactly, yeah, this is a promo for Destined Rivals. It's not a great card. Houndoom, I was expecting this to be higher than a Blaziken. But anyways, it is what it is, the market decides. Or Beto, as expected, I gave this a 1 out of 5. Just don't know why this is even an illustration rare. Where is that? No, yeah, exactly. Is this the Oyster? Yes, Oyster, and this I think I gave the lowest mark. Yes, and as expected, you see artwork and the popularity of the Pokemon really determines the price, and these two are the lowest. Like, what is going on over here? Spydos is kind of cool, but sometimes you can't really see what's going on over there. Okay, so okay. Double rares, all of them cost 80 yen except for these three. So we got Mewtwo EX, Crobat EX, Moltres EX. Yeah, again, Mewtwo seems to be the theme. Top of everything. Top card, Mewtwo EX top. Gold is even stronger than a few SRR trainers. Yeah. So how does this translate into English? Destined Rivals in May 30th. If you compare the prices of English and the Japanese version of the card, generally English is a bit more expensive, but there have been some inconsistencies, and I'll go through them very soon. Let me just go through some comments over here. Low. Alright. Mewtwo over $400. Water found in ocean. What? Okay. Mewtwo is overrated. Moltres is my personal favorite. Okay. I guess everyone has their own personal preference. I'm not really a fan of that Moltres card. Reflecting the English market, so my expectation is that a similar order of most expensive to least expensive will translate to the English if we just talk about these cards. Obviously, I do think some Heatwave Arena cards, SRRs would be better over here. For example, Cynthia's Garchomp and Ethan's Ho, I think would be in the top 3 cards, definitely. Again, that's just why I think, not financial advice. Mewtwo would probably be somewhere also in the top 3. Maybe it would be lower, slightly lower than Garchomp, who knows, we'll have to see. And IR wise, I do think Ethan's Typhlosion would be even higher than some SIRs, especially that Fly. I don't know what that Fly is called. I think that IR will probably be higher than that SIR, but we'll see. So comparing English cards and the Japanese version of the card is always interesting. Generally, you would expect the English card to be slightly higher, but let me give you a few examples of the chase cards. So looking back to the most recent set, which is Battle Partners compared to Journey Together, if you look at the Lily's Clefairy EX from Journey Together, it's right now below $200, $193 and $75. Whereas the Japanese version, I'm using price charting for Japanese cards, Battle Partners is $253. So the Japanese card is actually higher in this case, which is a bit inconsistent with what generally happens. So it's interesting to see this here. So it's actually higher, and it's not just a bit higher, it's relative wise, it's quite a bit, eh? 193. Whoa. Okay, so it's $60 higher. And that translates to 31% higher than the English version. But if, on the other hand, if you look at Prismatic Evolutions, the Umbreon EX Chase card, and Terrestrial Festival, then it's the opposite. Prismatic Evolutions is 1,432. Okay, which is still a very strong card. It's hovering over there. Let's check recent sales. Recent sales 950. Interesting. I wonder what happened over there. Maybe it's not a great condition. And then Terrestrial Festival is only 350. So it's multiples above Terrestrial Festival. It's 4 times more expensive than the Japanese counterpart. So in this case, this card. So yeah, you know, it's kind of difficult to tell. But because these are both specialty sets, let's compare it to a main set, which is Surgeon Sparks. So Surgeon Sparks Pikachu EX SIR is 338. Okay, compared to its Japanese counterpart from Super Electric Breaker, which is only 252, it's 34% higher. So if we take this as, you know, the guide approximation, at best, not at best, but the likely value for Giovanni's Mewtwo, or Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, is 34% above 380 from the beginning. Remember, so we can see a $500 card for Mewtwo EX from the start, likely, and then as supply comes out, I think it's going to drop further and further as more people pull this card. Where do I think it's going to go after a couple of weeks, maybe a month? I think it's going to be like Lily's Clefairy. Lily's Clefairy dropped all the way from, what's this, 326 to almost below 200, so that's a 40% drop. So let's say a 40% drop. So I think it's going to settle at around $300 in a month's time. That's sort of my expectation for Mewtwo EX. I don't think it's going to get to Umbreon's price. I think it's just quite difficult. People's expectations have died down. And yeah, that's generally my expectation. At the outset, Giovanni will probably fetch a $500 value. I think it's very unlikely that it's going to be 4 times its Japanese counterpart. I'll be surprised if that happens. Obviously, I'll be happy if that happens, but I don't think it's likely. Because if it's 4 times its Japanese counterpart, then that would make it a more expensive card than the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, which is very unlikely. I think this card is going to start off with $500 and then going down towards $300. And then over the long term, once reprints stop, I think it's going to climb up back again above towards the 500 level and then up again. That's sort of my expectation. And the other SROs are probably going to be similar. I think set value wise, it's going to be just slightly better than Surgeon Sparks. Cool, that's it. I'll catch you next one.